Hello everybody, AOG Gaming here, back with another video on Dislyte. I really hope my audio isn't messed up, but again, it is what it is. So it's our weekly free-to-play progress, but that really doesn't matter because I think I've collected like 2 characters and a couple of divinates. I haven't been very lucky. I didn't get a lot of elemental records, so I wasn't able to just splurge on everything. Yeah, the last 2 weeks before this past week were amazing. So 3 weeks ago, I was just having the time of my life collecting a lot of resources. Now it's a lot harder. To be fair though, we pulled a couple of divinates, so it makes sense. Instead of a legendary hero, or sorry, Esper that you would from the banners, which is fine. But again, you know, it sucks pulling, getting the cold proc and then seeing the divinate and then just being like, well, that sucks. Yeah, we did get a couple Espers, so I guess I'll go over them real quick. The rest of the video is going to be focused on the Blood Curse, Celestial Anomaly, Part 3, First Tower, blah yada yada. It's just the first part of the event. Okay. R3 Emblem. So, I'm pretty sure this is from one of the records, I believe. One of the record, the record pulls seem to just give me a lot more legendaries before pity than the gold records. The gold records sometimes, but they really grind you out sometimes, and you're just like on the 20th or 17th pull left, and then you get the legendary. And at that point, it's like, well, I had like 20 pulls left. It's basically pity at that point. I don't know where I got the other divinates. Yeah, because then I have this thing. And I don't know what this is telling me. Was it your divinate? Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, so that's the one legendary character we got. There was a couple of legendary divinates. I don't know for who it was. I think I either equipped it already or I just haven't equipped it and it's somewhere. Anyway, that was the one legendary character we got. Hey, guess what? We got the one shimmer that nobody ever gets. Like, if you look at all the epic shimmers I have, there's one goddamn shimmer that I got. Because I remember pulling this from the shimmer banner and being like, oh, this character exists. Yeah. So now if I go to the Atlas, I believe, and I go to the gallery, I have every epic Esper. Yeah, so now I've collected every epic Esper, because goddamn Laura is apparently impossible to get. Honestly, I'm never probably going to use her, but she seems like a cool Esper to use. And I just like maxing out these Espers. Epic Espers always have cool stuff to them, as you will see. So, those are the 2 new Espers that are, I guess, Embla isn't a new Esper, but I guess I got a copy of her. So I meant those are the 2 Espers that I got copies of. I still have 80 wish stones, so I am, or 70 wish stones, so I am gonna be saving them for somebody else because I already have Yunchuan at R2, so I don't need like if we look right before I get into the Celestial Anomaly stuff, I already have Yunchuan at R2. He does what he needs to do. I don't need him at R3. And Brewster, I have him at R2 as well. I have his Divinate R3, or I have him at D3. I have him maxed out and everything. And I have like insane equipment for him. Yes, his attack could be a lot higher. I agree with that. Honestly though, I could probably, yeah, see, I still have a lot of, why haven't I done this? Why haven't I done this? Come on, Alex. Okay, well, we got 7 there. It's whatever. I can't do much about it. Ooh, we got 5 there though. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still grinding boost stones, and I haven't been focusing on my Brewster. But yeah, Brewster and Yunchuan are the 2 banner Espers right now. I'm not getting out of them. I have them at R2. That's pretty much where I'm trying to get all Espers to. If I get them above R2, I'll be happy, but R2 is fine for me because that's where most Espers actually do their thing. If I need to get them to R4, like perhaps say Abigail, in order for her to actually do her thing, or even Leora, you don't need her. Actually, R0 copy is fine. Actually, you don't need a Leora at R4. I don't know, there's a couple Espers that matter that are R4, but not a lot, in my opinion. There are some new ones that do matter, though. I think Leon, her R4 matters. A lot, actually, because shield strength plus 30 is insane. Her R2 matters, and even her R. So some of them, just the resonances are just insanely, like, they matter a lot. Where like you could take out Leora, and you could just have her at R0 and probably do the same amount of damage as me. I literally put no skills up into her because you don't need them at all. I gave her as good equipment as I can. I definitely have been grinding for that equipment and enhancing it. But her R4 is actually pretty useful, I would say. This one is cool, but this one is even better. This crit down thing doesn't make sense to me because, of course, her little kit is about taking crit hits and stopping your teammates from taking crit hits. Yet you're putting crit rate down on the enemy, which doesn't make any sense to me, but alright. Yeah. So anyway, those are the new Espers that we have collected, or the Esper copies that we got. New Esper here. I'm gonna go over him real quick. This is the last thing we'll go over before we get to the Celestial Anomaly. I apologize. There's just a couple of stuff to cover, right? This event obviously is going to pick up the amount of Espers I'm going to be able to pick up because they have the boxes that give you shards. Again, I'm going to be spending $20 again in the, I think it's been 40, however long the last one was. So 44 days, basically a month and some change. That was the last time I spent money on this game. That was 20 bucks. I'm probably going to do the same thing because I didn't even get R2 Meta Liling, sorry. And I wanted R2 Meta Liling because he actually works a lot better. Hopefully I can get R2 Meta Yunchuan, but honestly we'll see. So let's go to the gallery real quick. I didn't do any Esper review on him. I do know what he does already. He's basically kind of like Jin. He's you know what? Let's go to his kit before I start talking about him. And we'll also go over Wenlock as well. So first and foremost, we go over the meta Espers because this is the biggest topic in the game, right? I'm glad that the first ones that they're releasing aren't going to be like the most broken Espers ever, but at least getting the base copies allows you to have an Esper that is pretty much a tier above an R0 normal legendary, right? So the meta units are going to be like that. So this is insane. He just gets some mitigation damage. I think this is the one thing that people are sleeping on because now you have even more damage mitigation in the game stapled onto a defender that is also a very good attacker. So interesting how that works, but it's pretty cool. It's good. Alright, his ultimate is attacks all enemies 2 times, damage per hit 50% of defense. When Yunchuan has attenuated, so again, they're pushing that Lu Sheng meta for PvE. Maybe not PvP right now. At least people haven't found a way to use him in PvP that I've seen, but we'll see. At the start of the carrier's turn, trigger effects, Esper type, whatever. He deals true damage if he has the attenuated. 50% of his defense, and he reduces the enemy's max HP. 100% of the true damage dealt. This is insane, guys. It's just a lot of damage. So single, I mean, this is all enemies. So this single target damage, he's not going to be doing a lot. But AOE did, except for his basics. We'll get to that in a second. His ultimate AOE, insane. The Seer for 1 turn, can't be resisted and won't miss is pretty good. But the fact that it's only 1 turn is just like, really? You couldn't have given us more? Yunchuan gains 10 stacks of immovable object at the start of combat, so this is really what's going to matter about him. Enemy damage minus 4% per movable object stack. Again, this does not stack, I believe, with damage mitigation because it is a buff, so it works independently from damage mitigation because that is a passive effect, which is different than a buff that has a passive effect because that is only counting the buff itself and not any other passive effects unless it otherwise states so. I believe so. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, though. After an enemy activates turn, after an enemy's active turn ends, immovable object stacks -1. So he's gonna be taking more and more damage. Obviously, taking hits while immovable object is active heals all allies. Yes, fucking great. He's gonna be such a monster in PvP. I feel like people aren't realizing this. Yes, in the higher arenas it's not gonna matter, but in the lower goddamn arenas where I am, this is insanely dumb. We already have Jinshu and Mavis combo that pretty much stops you from, I mean, obviously Jinchu is very stat hungry, but it stops you from automatically just demolishing Mavis teams so that they can stay alive. This literally fucking heals you on hit. I'm sorry. What? Oh my god. 5% of his HP. He's a defender Esper. You're gonna stack him up with 100k HP. 10% of that is 10k HP. 5% of that would be 5k HP. You're healing 5k HP every time you're hit. I think you'll be fine. He casts Skyward Strike when it's removed, so pretty much he's just gonna be doing that and then smacking down his ultimate. Which is like, okay.
Sorry.
It's not a permanent effect, so once the movable stacks expire, you have no more damage mitigation. However, if you have him at D3, you still have that minus 20 damage mitigation. I mean, it's great that they've made the stacks not like recycle, so he can't just like, as soon as he gets it again, you're pretty much toast. Once you get through it, it should be fine. I say that, but you have to get through it in the first place. There's a lot of Espers. If you have R6 Leon on your team, and this motherfucker, what are people gonna do in PvP to you, huh? What in the flying fuck are people gonna do to you? Of course there are, actually no, because Momo exists. There's a lot of defender counters, so it's not like he's entirely broken. I just find it that people are gonna find some way to make his kit oppressive. There's gonna be some way to do it. If enemy's defense is lower than Yun Chuan, Screamers performs a pursuit attack, so this is a single target damage. Screamer attacks one enemy defense, so you need a lot of defense into him. He's very stat hungry. Of course, getting him to R1 will make that a lot easier if you have R2 Yun Chuan and higher, I believe. Max HP limit. Heals Yun Chuan, so yeah, so he's healing himself too, which is kind of insane. And then he just, yeah, this is dumb. I'm sorry, but this is dumb. Love that they have the R1. Great. This is the one thing that I asked for if they were going to make dumb units. At least make it so that once someone gets an R1, so they don't have to invest all of their goddamn money to get an R6 unit, they're able to at least use the unit in some capacity in PvE. And they listened. This one. Reduces enemy damage by 8% per stat. 80% damage mitigation? Are you fucking oh, bro. I need to get him to R2. This is what I mean. This is what I'm fucking talking about. All these meta Espers at R2, they just work so much better. 80% damage mitigation from the start of combat. Plus the 20... Wait. He has a 20% damage mitigation, and at R2, he gets 80%. Wait. And it doesn't stack because the fact that this is 80% and the fact that passively you can only have 50% damage mitigation tells me that this is not stacking with damage mitigation, because this would only be 50, not, or sorry, 5%, not 8% per stack. The fact that it's 8% means that you already go over the limit to 80% damage, mitigating the damage. So now it's up to 100%. If you have him at D3 R2, he is taking no fucking damage the first Esper that attacks. What? I mean, it goes down to 92 after that, because again, the stack is removed once the enemy's active turn ends. So once the enemy takes a turn, you first take the hit, 100% damage mitigation. Huh? I'm sorry, what? Okay, yeah, that's a little dumb. Heavenly Might, at the start of Yun Chuan's turn, his HP is above 50%. Yeah, just give him a minus 45% damage. I mean, I guess this is great. It pretty much means once the stacks are done, he's gonna still have minus 45 damage taken, as long as his HP is above 50%. If his HP is below 50%, he heals for 100% extra. So, wow. This is what I mean by Leon is going to be absolutely done with this dude. When all immovable stacks expire, cast Skyward Strike and grants all allies a bonus turn. So yeah, pretty much it's game over at R6. If you're able to take all the stacks off, and he has any allies left that resurrect or heal, and he still has at least 3 Espers on his team, because it's going to be pretty much hard to kill him. Though it does seem like he eventually runs out. So good thing that they didn't make it cycle. the problem is that base defense and base HP are part of his fucking basic stats. So getting him to D6 or getting him up to
Sorry.
R6
Did I scare you?
is literally all the stats you need. You don't even need to go into the gear system. So yeah, that's insane. Yun Chuan, really broken.
Whoa, V.
Okay, now we're on to Wenlock. Hue Hue Kodal. I don't even know. This guy's some Aztec. It feels like I'm just degrading my culture here since I'm Aztec, like maybe like 3 or 4%. But I'm whitewashed. I was born in California. I learned some Aztec gods. I have no idea who this is. Okay, what is Divinity? 50% region star turns cooldown by 1 turn, and then it's 100%. Wild Howl is. Is this basic? What? Okay. So we have another Esper that just passively cools down their R3. At least it's not all their cooldowns like Lu Sheng. Ay. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's broken. What is his ultimate? Well, actually, let's look at his second skill, because they have passives here. Before allies' active turn starts, grants them crit rate. Oh, it is a passive. I'm sorry. Grants them crit rate up and crit rate damage for 1 turn. I already saw what he does, so that's pretty good. When allies deal critical damage, damage plus 10%. When they deal non-critical damage, they deal extra true damage. Okay. So this is the thing that I was interested about his kit, because maybe you can use him in Andros, like a lot of people were talking about. This seems very cool. There's not a lot of characters that do that. The thing is the crit rate and the crit damage. However, you can build around this in Andros. It's very annoying to do so, but you can. You can just pour all of your stats into attack and crit damage, and actually here, and the target's crit resist minus 5% throughout combat, up to minus 100%. Triggers once per turn. I don't understand how this works. What does it mean by minus?
Today will not come again.
Oh, the crit resist minus 5%. Oh, okay. So if their crit resist is really high. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? This is why it works in Andros, is because he is specifically increasing the amount of damage you do for the amount of crit resist the enemy has, and with Andros they pretty much resist crit hits a lot. So that's the interesting thing about him. And also his Divinate. Everything else about his kit is kind of just, you know, he's just a support Esper. Damage, attacks all enemies 3 times, damage per hit 30% of attack, 50% of dispelling 1 buff from each enemy. Pretty good if you ask me. At the end of this ability, inflicts attack down, crit rate down on all enemies for 2 turns. I like the 2-turn clock much better than 1 turn. R1 inflicts crit resist down for 2 turns. Yeah, so he's pretty much just stopping the enemy from doing crit stuff. Yeah, I guess that's fine, especially in Andros. He feels like a very Andros heavy character. I'm sorry. New effect, free jazz. Before fighter allies active turn starts, if they have crit rate up or crit rate damage, their ability cooldowns minus 1 turn. So this is what is really broken about him. If you get him to R2, which I kind of want to, honestly, he's gonna be cooling down their passives, because with this thing, or start cooling down their abilities, because with this thing he's gonna give them crit rate up and crit rate damage before their turn starts anyway. This is insane. This is insane. So yeah, this character is absolutely busted at R2. I'm sorry. We have so many units that already do cooldown reduction, and now you're telling me there's one unit that literally does it for fucking free while also buffing your crit rate and your crit damage. And when you land critical hits or not critical hits, it still does a ridiculous amount of damage. People, you're sleeping on this man. This man is insane. He does some damage mitigation, which is pretty cool, but it's very low. Gains take 5? Wait, before allies active turn, gains take 5, expires at the end of the turn. Can't beat damage, dealing damage won't trigger counterattacks. Wait, can't be damaged, but you... Wait, what?
Today will not come again.
I'm so confused. You can't be damaged, but you heal the amount of damage dealt to you, which is 20%? Does he gain the take 5, or does the ally gain the take 5? I'm confused.
Sing and be happy.
Alright, well,
Today
there's only
will
one way to
not
really,
come again.
you know how these characters work, and it's to test them or watch videos on them, people who have them. So yeah, do so at your own expense. Because I don't have a video for that, since I am not a pay-to-play person. Yes, I might spend $20 every 44 days on this game. That's literally nothing. You could buy it like two McDonald's meals with that, or two $10 meals from some restaurant, if you even can at that point. I don't know. Inflation's gotten really bad at this point, but it's still $20 for the pass thing, right? I haven't gotten it yet, obviously. I've been trying to stick to the free to play as much as possible. But yeah, it is gonna help me a lot. Like this has a lot of good stuff, and I've saved up all of these boxes that I got from the last pass, pretty much, except for 3 of them, so that yeah, you get 9, I believe. Oh, I used 2 of them, so you get 9 of them. Not enough for a full copy of an Esper, but what are the... Oh, they don't show you. They gave you enough of these things so that you can get, I guess, a Wind Esper or Inferno Esper, whichever one's being released at the time for whatever Esper that they have. But you can technically get a full copy of an Esper by just paying $20, which, if you think about it, is insane, because usually they charge you $50 for one of the Ripple boxes. I believe that's what they are. I've never gotten any of them because I believe that's an absolute waste of time when you could just grind for 10 gold records and then have the lucky chance of pulling a legendary Esper for free. I don't know why you would spend $50 to try and get a... Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, so you get... I mean, it has a lot of the better... Yeah, it's all the new Espers. So they're pretty much just doing the pay to play, because all the new Espers are obviously... And of course they add Yuhime because they buffed her to be the most fucking hard counter to every fucking AP unit on the game. They have to nerf Yuhime. If they don't nerf Yuhime, there's going to be hundreds of characters in the game that will never do what they can, because Yuhime is just that fucking oppressive. She's literally at the top of PvP right now. I don't know why they keep trying to leave her at that spot when she is obviously a problem. She is 100% a problem. You should not have... Like, there was already a couple units that countered TA, but now, once they released Yuhime, the speed meta for PvP just completely got shat on. Yeah, Yuhime is part of that speed meta, but I meant the speed meta in terms of controlling through AP, stuns, poisons, or whatever. Like, the speed meta before was speed blitz the enemy team. You can't fucking do that anymore because you can't control AP, you can't push your AP, you can't even gain AP. Like, any fucking AP that you do that you gain on your team, Yuhime says, fuck you, you lose, even at R0. So what they should do is make it completely miss against fucking Flow Espers. She is an Inferno Esper. She should not have an 100 fucking guarantee chance against Flow Espers. Literally breaking the color pie by buffing Yuhime. You need to nerf this piece of shit Esper. I'm sorry, but you do. I don't know why you buffed her to the point of breaking the fucking game. I just don't understand. It should never have been a passive. Everyone agrees with that. Should never have been a fucking passive. The only reason they did that is so they could boost their sales when they buffed her, right? Alright, let's get to this fucking Crimson Water. There's always something negative in the videos to talk about, and it's sad, but I guess that's what fucking gacha is all about now. Alright. We have our epic team. This is insane, okay? So, first, Asenath goes. She does her thing. It's gonna give AP to Asenath, which is going to be great because that means she's going to be able to cycle her turns more. It heals our Espers. It mitigates damage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. She's going to be healing and giving our enemies, or our teammates, buff and dispelling buffs from the enemy, so that's pretty decent. Next who goes is Jiangmian, because she does the Nether Bloom thing, and this is insane. It does so much damage, plus the silence. The silence is insane. Silence will be good at stopping people or characters in this game mode with invincibility, with freeze, with stun, literally anything to control your team. You can silence them half of the time, or you can stop them from taking turns, which is very good because Dislyte loves fucking with you in every way, shape, and form, and basically stopping you from any progress by making the challenges very specific. So there we go. You kind of have to have a buff dispelling, or you have to have silencing. So we have both. Again, she's going to be doing this counterattack thing. Nether Bloom stacks are going to go crazy. Next who goes is Meredith. She's going to be healing our team, granting us recovery. Yeah. If the target's HP is greater than 80%, their cooldown is going to be -1 turn. So she's going to be cooldown reducing. Yeah. Again, this Crimson Water thing is non-epic Espers damage -90. And epic Espers damage plus 95%. So you want to have epic Espers, that's why we have all our 6 Espers here. Next is Chloe. She's going to be popping the Nether Bloom stacks. Jiangmon's going to be doing the most damage just because she is. But Chloe is going to still be doing a decent amount of damage. She's going to be stealing buffs as well, so buff dispelling. That, I mean, it's not buff dispelling, but it's basically the same thing. Yeah, and she's going to be dealing a lot of damage because she gets buffs from Meredith, the shield buff, the recovery buff, the Lotus Mark buff. Yeah, so she's not going to be dealing a ridiculous amount of damage like you think. You could build a whole team around her. It's mostly around Jiangmon. Once it pops, it pops. Here's the Anima Codex. So I used all 3 of these. So this is for the Epic Espers, obviously. So I used all 3 of those. I don't have them fully upgraded, just the first one. So Epic Esper damage 150%, plus the 95 from the passive of the tower, so you understand that. When the Epic Esper deals damage, inflicts extra damage is 125% of attack. And then last but not least, the counterattack chance plus 60 and assist plus 60. You definitely need this one. It'll make your life a lot easier. I got this one before I got the second one, and it actually helped me beat all the other floors. So yeah, here we go. I don't know if they will have more speed than before, because Asenath is just kind of supposed to do her thing. And we actually run at 5. So yeah, Jiangmon, then you. There is her. And if you see all the basic attacks, that's just the assists. First wave is pretty much deleted before they can do anything. Second wave doesn't do much for us. And we don't even use any of our ultimate skills. Now, everything works here. We get our... Yeah, we use all of our S3s pretty much by the time the 3rd round hits. It's really only the 2 floors that are the problems because they kind of kill your Espers really fast on the 2nd round. However, this team has been very resilient in having at least 3 Espers survive so that they're able to cleave the enemy. And I meant like at least 1 damage dealer, so either my Artemis or my Chloe. I forgot her non-Esper name. Her non-god name, sorry. Her Esper name. So as you can see, we almost died there, but it didn't matter. And they also gained invincibility, but it didn't matter. Why? We have silence, we have buff dispelling, and we have buff stealing. Because fuck you, Dislyte. Because we need to build a fucking team that is just amazing at everything. I'll show you the damage on the last floor, I believe. I don't even know if we're going to be able... Oh yeah, so see, 5 turns for the... That's usually how much it takes. For most of the battles, it's usually 5 turns for the first battle, unless we're on the 3rd floors, because I believe those take a lot more. They decreased it to 40 turns. I thought it was 45. Oh no, I think it's 40 for all the way up to floor 50. So as you can see, once Youngmon pours her stacks down, it's pretty much over. So actually, I'll do the next one. I'll show you the damage on that one, and then we can do the 3rd floor. Because I want to show you both, right? So actually, we'll disable the auto stage so that we can just go into the next one. Yeah, so this really does not matter. I forgot to talk about Artemis. She heals herself. Not only that, but I don't even have her abilities upgraded. Wow. Her cooldowns are pretty low. It's 3-turn cooldowns and stuff. I don't have any of her abilities upgraded whatsoever, which is insane to me. Because I thought I did have them upgraded. But okay. But yeah, she does a lot of damage. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, and when she kills an enemy with her basic, she's gonna be getting a cooldown reduction, which is actually pretty good because when she assists, which again is part of the anima thing, she does a lot of damage. So let's see how well my team does here. Oh yeah, see they have the invincibility. All three of them fucking gained invincibility. So that's why we don't get our cool 5 turns, because Dislyte, you fucking suck. You really do. As much as you guys are trying to save this game, we can obviously tell you guys are just trying the bare minimum to save the game and then trying the hardest to make it pay to win. Even though it's already been pay to win since the very beginning. But like it's becoming absurd to the point where it's like you're just begging for fucking money at this point, and it's just sad. Like it is just sad to see. So as you can see, Jiangmong, 1 million damage. Yeah, 1.2 mil. Mona 300,000, Chloe around 300,000. So yeah, this is Jiangman. It's just absolutely annihilating this. It's just dealing as much damage as Leora did on her and Sloan did on their ultimate. But to be fair, that's just how it works. Oh, we got the dispel there. That's very good. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, invincibility, dude. Okay, we got the dispel there. That's good. Okay, we still have 19 turns. That's pretty good. That's good. We don't get any buffs from any of our buffing characters, so this is gonna be bad. But we should be able to kill. Yeah. All right, we're good. See, I had no doubt we'd win that. I'd have no doubt we'd win that. Yeah, and as you can see, Jiangman almost did 2 million damage. Oh, Chloe almost did 1 million though. So yeah, between Chloe and Jiangman, you can clear this pretty easy. This one is one of the easiest ones that they've given us. I mean, as long as you have R6 Epic Espers. So maybe it's not as easy as I think it is, but it was pretty easy for me. This is the first day. I don't even have any of these maxed. I have one of them maxed out, which is this one. Yeah, this was pretty easy. Like, this is so easy, I can't believe how easy it was. Yeah, Crimson Water. Only Epic Espers. I mean, if you haven't upgraded any of your Epic Espers, you have not been playing the game right. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching as always. 230 subscribers last time I checked. Y'all are amazing. We're actually increasing, so that's news to me. Again, videos are possible like this because of y'all. Yeah, thank you all for watching as always. AOG Gaming here. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Until next time, everybody.